okay, we are in the traditional version of the map where we have the gold expansions in the middle, but we have the puce Zerg of Kainelor up in the north, and the blue, bit of a change, Terran of Tilt in the south. And they do spawn cross position.
As I do the nice GSL roll-ins. Kainelor says another 40-minute game. These two did play on this map beforehand, if you do remember, in a game that Tilt won, which I think I eventually got him to admit.
This one, yes, but then he GG'd. So there we go. We have got a bit of shenanigans in the chat now. Tilt saying, "I'm just going to cheese you."
As there's no 6 pool coming down anyway. Both players are playing pretty straight up, to be fair. Look, there's love going on here. See what's happened on the back of all this. This is just fabulous. It made me all tingly inside.
Too much love.
Yeah, so I mean, pretty standard open for both players. I think you'll probably see them open very similarly an awful lot of the way through it. Tilt's had his cheese build, so to speak. He's given it a go, and if it wasn't scouted, you know, maybe it would have been much more effective. Or it had waited for more Marines and then pushed.
Possibly.
I know when you do it, you generally wait till you have about 12 to 15, something like that.
Well, I normally wait until at least 6 have completed, and the second round of them are just coming out, and So then by the time they sort of catch up and get down to it, there are 12 Marines in total, and then another 6 coming in quite soon.
Yeah. So.
But then again, Kainelor was on top of it. He scouted it. He saw it coming with the 2 Zerglings on the Town Argos beforehand. So he saw it coming, so he could already have the reaction. It's it seems to work better on a Zerg that is slightly taken up a bit, maybe going Roach or something like that, who's slightly more invested in their infrastructure beforehand. So I don't think the sort of timing aspect, well, the amount of Marines is the biggest impact. It's just the sort of
catching them off. Yeah.
So if they're just left a wee bit longer, that they've started investing in their tech, and then they really haven't got any minerals to spend at that point when you're coming up the ramp.
Yeah, indeed. So it's hard to know for what Tilt's best doing here. He's went for quite standard here at the start. He's getting the second barracks down pretty ordinary, and the spawning pool's just about to finish.
Racks is slightly late. Well, not even late. It's bigger third racks. See, I mean, I imagine he's going to drop another racks now as well. There we go. Yeah, he's going to stick with 4. This is Tilt meat and potatoes. Yeah,
so we're expecting him to stick here and get a tech lab after a certain point.
Hopefully he won't get tech labs and reactors too early. I've seen him do it in the past.
Yeah.
It's anything before like the 7-minute mark, reactors really aren't worth it. Tech lab certainly is, but
I would like he's going for a wee 3 Marine push here. Nothing, just keep him on his toes, keep him producing units. There's the 2 drones sitting at the Salnaga.
Nicely.
Both dead drones. Now, there's a 2 Ling push. I would like to see actually Tilt go command center first.
Just thinking.
Really throw him off. I mean,
I don't think Kainelor was the sort of person to sort of attack early.
No, they go command center first and do that, because that's what an awful lot of pros do, and nearly defy your opponent to come at you then.
That's it. Yeah, Koreans love a bit of that, don't they? Command center first nearly every time with Terran. But that's it. He's supply blocked himself. Both parties have supply blocked themselves at the moment.
Yeah, well, what actually happened, those little 3 Marines that went out for that little push, they're going to catch an Overlord here, this is good. What it's done, here comes the other Overlord in to have a look to see what he's doing. He'll not see very much, to be perfectly honest. He will see, 4 racks, and he's going to lose 2 Overlords here. He's going to lose 200 minerals straight off the bat here, that he's going to need to replace. We've got a decent...
That's it, I mean, but you'll see the sort of difference just economically with Tilt now. Now that he's just stuck with 4 racks, he's going for the entry bay because he does love getting his upgrades early. That is sort of Tilt heaven. That is 3 Marines at about the 16-minute mark. Heaven. That's it. That's all he wants in life, really.
So we'll get
these 3 Marines at the Zalnaga should be just about cleared up.
at the cost of 2, was that? Yeah, two Zerglings, I think, or 3 Zerglings, something like that, and he's going to go and take it back. We're going to have a bit of ding dong over this.
But that's good. I mean, the sort of reconnaissance war is certainly a good thing.
Yeah, and Kainelor's giving it up. So, if I look at Kainelor's vision, you know, it's not great, to be perfectly honest. And I think this is what you've got to do to him. Tilt's excellent at what I think his real strengths are in his mule usage. I have never seen a player of his standard just consistently use the mules as well as he does. He does a fabulous job of just keeping on hitting his mules. When I was playing Terran, it was something that just disappeared from my game after about 8 minutes. This is quite interesting now, because we're going to have a 3rd expansion going up for Kainelor. I think that's going to go up in a second, and because he can't get any scouting information, he's decided to creep spread. He's invested heavily in creep spread here. He's got 6 active creep tumors in any time that he's trying to spread across here. Interesting again. So there's Kainelor's decided, I'm going to deny this 3rd base this time on his 3rd base. There's only a handful of Zerglings here, which he'd be wise to pull back with a handful of Banelings.
Stim is about to finish. It's about another 20 seconds. So is Weapons 1 as well. So if that does finish, but then the Banelings are there now to support, so it should be tidied up. There's no
he didn't have the option to stim away. I mean, but worth it. I mean, and he's produced another load of lings instead of another load of drones. Well, Kainelor's done such a job of balancing the two. And he's keeping them spreading and spreading and spreading. He's still got the Zalnaga at the bottom. Kainelor's got the one on the top. There's another barracks coming down. A couple of bunkers going up at the front.
He has slightly negated his SCV production there. He's only building one at a time from his primary base. He's not building them from a second.
Yeah. Tilts.
It's not... Well, it's... I don't know, it's all to do with the metagames. The reason he's not building the SCVs is all down to the metagame, because, for example, normally you'll go for at least 2-3 orbital commands for your bases. It's because they pull in so much more money, minerals, but then basically, because he's feeling a bit antsy, he doesn't want to throw away a game just from a Ling surround quite early.
Yeah.
He's gone for Planetary Fortress, which then affects the grouping. So normally you sort of put all of your orbital commands on one key, so then you can just press the one key, it will select all of your bases, and then you can just hit SSSSSSS and create loads of SCVs.
So here comes
but it doesn't work like that. But that's it, yeah, he's not going to get the counts on Kainelor's 3rd, but he has taken possession of both Zalnagas.
And
so
he's going to have a little
Overlord train in the southwest at the moment, slowly making their way across. Was he looking to drop creep on that base?
No, well, he'll probably use that to spread. Yeah, he's going around the back here. He hasn't got Nidus or anything. No, he's just getting faster. I don't know what he's using all those for. For scouting, maybe he's expecting drops, I think. And again, that's one thing I'll say here is that we're at the 12.5 minute mark, and there's no sign of a starport yet for Tilt.
A lot, really. In factory, yeah, he's building another command center now, which is all good.
I think he's wanting that mineral production. If you look at the minerals at the moment, yeah, Kainelor has a very healthy lead in both gas and minerals at the moment. They've nearly 200. Well, it's just popped up with a bit of mule production there, but yeah, he's finding that just a little bit hard to cope with. So I've got a little push here of Marines.
I was building the armory, so he has got the factory down. Is he going to go battle cruiser or Thor?
Maybe he needs his armory for his 2-2, to be fair.
That's true, the Infestor already out now, and
yeah.
he's going to find it very hard going unless he splits away his forces now.
Well, he needs the medevacs for a drop in his main. There's lots of space around the back here to start harassing. A couple of just a starport. One medivac full of marines and just drop in at the back of his base. Although he has the overlord sitting there looking for that. But there are plenty of opportunities to do that throughout the map. Kainelor's overlord spread is now got very, very good again on top of his creep spread, which is starting to become quite an issue as well. So he's sacked another overlord. He's got overlord speed as well, which is interesting. And if we look at the units, Kainelor's an 18 drone advantage, or 17 is it? And all Luke has is marines behind it.
That's it. Which, yeah, a posse of infestors could clean us up quite easy. But we've got the Great Race down on the south. The infestor legging it from the one stim marine. Oh, he's going to get away. 4 health points.
Right, here we go. So
yeah,
look, oh yes, here it is.
Now. He's still A-clicking and moving them in the clump. There we go, the rudimentary split, which is good. But then 2
fungals.
But that's good though. It means he's at least strategically aware of sorts, but he needs a sort of a better split of marines.
Yeah,
sort of really.
He's A-clicking his army, which
moves them just in one big clump, which means one fungal will incapacitate all of them.
Yeah.
But that's good. He's still well defended at his front. Kainelor's not even suspecting the third, although after being rebuffed here, he's probably going to run up and have a look. In which case, he's going to see it. Yes.
Yeah, he is. But
he's now on 2-2 marines though.
2-2, and if he gets the medevacs out, he's in business. But it's just all marine. He needs to tack out of it. He needs to get the support from the medivacs.
He believes in the 3-3. Like he's going for 3-3 already.
The 3-3 is so effective, but at the same time,
one starport just started production, but it's going to be a good 2 minutes before we see any medivacs out of this.
Yeah.
And he's going to starve on minerals, and especially gas if he doesn't. But he needs to get that third base down and secured. So it looks like he's going to defend with a fence by the looks of it, because he's moving out pretty much all of his forces now. He's emptied his bunkers. As
the the infestors come around the side, there's not a missile turret up here at all. Oh, there is at the front. So here, it might turn back here though. With a big clump of Zerglings.
These will do very well if they don't run into the... Is he going to check?
Scan it. He's got an awful lot of spine crawlers there to be attacking. If he comes the other direction, here come the banelings from the other side.
That's it, no scan, he just runs up. He's not caught in the round, we'll probably see the banelings coming from behind.
Yeah, that's...
Sandwich it, but I mean, even before then it's not really had any traction at all. And now huge infested Terrans in Tilt's third. The infestors have done their wicked way.
They have. They're going to take down this orbit long before it gets... oh, it didn't even get the cancel on it.
No, it's already... Yeah, that base was already...
no, but he never got the cancel of the minerals for...
Yes.
And he got all the infestors, so it's a victory there. That's a pretty expensive little... He did get the base, but it wasn't mining terribly heavy, I don't think, was it? I didn't get to see. Well, there's a good 30 difference in drones. He needs starport. First medivac coming out, is it? Or is there one alright? Yeah. He's got so much. Both players have got so much minerals, or so many minerals.
That's it. But yeah, they just can't. I don't know. Marines just can't trade effectively against infestors and banelings.
There's another list Calvin coming from Kainelor. He needs to get this base up and over. Oh, well, I suppose he's building it there. And it's funny because Kainelor's creep spread is completely stopped now. There's nothing of it happening. Still suggest that a couple of Vikings just to harass. Just 1, 2. Here comes the 12 mutas.
That's it. Yeah, he's just gonna shut down. He's gonna come in from the back. Tilt's main has now been mined out entirely. The second is okay for another couple of minutes, but then there's
all these SCVs sitting.
So we've got a drop coming in on the 21-minute mark. Let's go around the now.
Yeah, so the 3-3 Marines are starting to have a little bit of an effect.
He's going to force the cancel on this anyhow, on the base on the far left.
Yeah.
If he drops in there.
Don't go for the gas.
Then it go for the artillery. So he gets the cancel.
So he gets the cancel. Lift up.
The cancel.
There's the Marines. The mutas are out. 7 infestors come with it. He's running out of minerals really. This is, look at that. He needs another base again. Another one. Take a medevac with you. First up the list coming out. It's a pretty scary force coming. So here's the clumped up forces at the side. This will be well taken care of.
He's still run back. He's got the forces by Rob's guns. Now he's running forward. He's going to try and
with the no. Oh, he's going to catch all these. Oh, oh dear God. Oh my God.
Oh no.
Infestors.
But that's it. The entire army wiped out for like 3 shots fired and no deaths.
And what even made it worse was the fact that some Marines get trapped. The ones that weren't fungal would get trapped. Here comes the push.
His entire force is equalised by a couple of infestors and no deaths. He just can't trade efficiently, and that's why the sort of money count is there. So like 6,500 Kainelor.
Yeah, that falls. And
big stim in.
With very little medevac support though, it's the same thing.
So 1-2 from the entire army.
It's... You gotta think, it's so much tier 1 units and he's not getting out of it. It's 25 minutes here and we've only really got medevacs. That's all we have aside from he's nearly using the planetary fortress as his excuse to.
That's it. It's although his his incoming minerals are pretty much nil now. He's still building 8 Marines at a time, but it's this really first he's salvaged this moment because now it's do or die. But I think it's gonna have to be die. I'm afraid because he's gonna have very little traction with anything he throws at him at the moment.
Yeah, they're just
units 3-3 or no. Just against fungals, they just can't do anything.
He needs to get his own bits and bobs. I mean, to be fair, it's only at the very end there that that he had anything to combat air.
Yeah, Kainelor is just pulling his piss a wee bit at the moment. Oh no, he's actually started producing. He's now producing 10 more infestors at once.
Yeah, he has the money.
But yeah, he wasn't producing anything for a good 2 minutes there. Just putting his units around. So no, we have ultras.
The ultras have been out for a very long time.
Yeah. Word on the street is they'll be borrowing as of the next patch.
Oh yes, a tunneling burrowing. Oh.
How does that work?
Oh, that's gonna be fucking awesome.
How does it work there? I'm an engineer, damn it. Something that big can't borrow.
Of course it can. Here comes the final push.
It anyway, by like a giant sort of mound under the earth.
Right, so he's got all these Marines together at the end. He's going to go for one final push.
This is it. Yep. But he's got some company behind him. Oh no, they're quite a weight. He's now been spotted though with Kainelor's excellent vision. Yet he's performing the pincer manoeuvre. So that's it. Another stim spawn off. No medivacs on them.
Yeah.
He's just running into the base, which will he might take down this hive. Yeah, these 3-3 Marines really do have a lot of killing power.
Yeah, they have a great punch on them, but he doesn't know what to bring down here because there's so much. Those Ultralisks really take a ton to bring down when they're fully upgraded. There you go. So this maybe
So none of them are GG.
Tilt's not GG, but I have to say he's really given it a good go. I mean, you have to give that to him. He's not resting on his laurels at all. He just he's going to run out of minerals here very, very soon.
And here we go, the big move out now. Oh no, he's changed his mind and gone back. It's the big move out there from Kainelor, but no. What is he currently building now? He's now going up for Great Aspire, 32 more Zerglings to cap out his supply. He's a drop in the back of the
Yeah, I see it. So sad. All his Marines' families just don't.
That's it, nobody considers the Marines.
He tried to move a base down there, denied. Maybe he's going for the 40-minute match that he thought. I mean, if you look back at that game that he did win, he did it with Medevac, tank, Marine.
Yeah, I'd certainly like to see some tanks out, if not for their sort of overall effectiveness, just to change the mindset and just to put the shits up Kainelor, because nothing hurts more than sort of running a load of Zerglings into a siege tank line.
Especially if he uses it to turtle effectively and then hits him with drops. I mean, something like that would be at least a bit different.
That's what I really expected from this. That's what I honestly expected from Metalopolis and siege tanks, and just slowly crawling his way across the map. But it's at the moment just more Marines, and
that is a lot of infested towns.
Just Marines don't have any truck against the infestor.
Yeah, to be fair, I didn't know Kainelor was so handy with the old infestor.
Well, that's it. Or even the Banelings as well. Even, I mean, his Kainelor just says he wants to watch the replay, which is all cool. We can fill, but so basically, as in game one, he already has had his sort of strategy countered from like the 5-6 minute mark of the match, and then from then on, you've got to commend Tilt for just sort of trying to knock down the wall with his head.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he
down and go, maybe these Marines will work. Right, they're not strong enough. Maybe when they're 2-2, they'll be strong enough. No, okay, I'll make him 3-3. And he still just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
It's just still, he has to go for an entire shift in strategy here. Otherwise, it's gonna be a short series of games. Entirely. I mean, so going forward. Forget Marines. Next game, I would say possibly Banshee Rush, like good old school cheesing, like double cloaked Banshee, something like that.
something, yeah.
Something really, really cheesing, really underhand.
Well, proxy barracks. I keep on saying this, but proxy barracks would be quite nice if you can pick the right map here.
Quite possibly. I really don't know. I'd really I don't know. It could be so hard because I mean Marines are. Well, I don't know. It's just the strategy you'd go for, because if you just want an army now, because I mean Marines on paper look great, because I mean they're cheap. They can attack low and high, and they're fairly quick to pump out, and you don't have to like add any more infrastructure to it. So I mean, just in containing like a situation going forward, then Marines sound great. But just against Banelings and Infestors, it's not going to happen. Ah, dear. Why do they want to watch the replay?
Well, Tilt's going to go for
Go for a fag break.
he's going to go for a fag break. So maybe what we'll do, we'll take a break as well, refill these water bottles, and I'll turn the music up for 5 minutes, and we'll see everybody in a short while. Yep.
Grand stuff. Okay, so we shall be back in about 5 minutes with the ongoing game of Tilt versus Kainelor in the Scrunchable Cadaver SC2 final live, or live final, whichever you prefer.
I'll tell you the story behind that in a couple of minutes.
Oh dear.